What is up, guys? It's Lucas with produceperform.com. We're back with another video, and if you guys can or cannot see behind me, I have actually moved to a new studio. If you guys want me to do a video about that, I can. Had to move studios, got some landlord issues and all sorts of stuff. Not going to get into that, but in this video, we're going to talk about the static mix. But before we do that, please do not forget about the mixing cheat sheet down below, built for mixing live worship recordings. It's just a bunch of EQ and compression starting points. So if you're not really sure where to start when it comes to a bass or a kick drum or a vocal, these are phenomenal starting points that will get you on your way. So check that out down below. Absolutely free. No money, anything like that. So check that out. Okay, so today, which I know this channel is mostly about mixing live worship recordings, okay? Totally get that. But today I'm going to talk about the static mix, and I actually did a live recording for kind of like a bar band the other day, and so we're actually going to do a static mix on that. And so this is like an hour and a half, like 14 songs. And they were wanting to do some promotion, so they asked me, hey, can you come shoot and record us live at this venue? So I said absolutely. If of course the budget was there. And so we did this a little over a week ago, and it was awesome. So and I figured it'd be a nice little change up from worship music, because we constantly do worship music. Now all the principles that I'm going to talk about are still the same, and yeah, that won't actually change at all. So I want you guys to be aware of that. Is like, whatever you guys see me do here, you can do in a worship music song. It's actually the same thing that I would normally do. Unironically, this is similar. All these guys that are playing this band are Christians and really good guys, and they all play in their churches and stuff like that. So let's give this a listen. And so when I talk about a static mix, let's go into the screen now. When I talk about a static mix, okay, so I have my template up, right? But here's the issue. Since this isn't like a normal thing for me, like a normal worship song, I didn't just want to like throw it on my template and just go for it, because that's not really the way to start something if you're unsure. And the way to start it is to kind of put everything back at zero. So if you guys notice, if you look everywhere, all of my plugins are disabled. All of my sends are at zero or negative infinity or whatever. And nothing is panned. And so this is basically just static mix. The only thing I have down is the MC mic, because, well, who cares? So, just to give you guys kind of a look at what we have a kick in mic, snare top, snare bottom, 4 tom mics, overhead hat and overhead ride, bass guitar, acoustic guitar, 2 electrics, which I don't know why they're electric 1 and electric 2 left, because they're recorded mono. And you guys know how I feel about mono. There's a synth channel, which is actually a guitar player playing through a synth plugin or a pedal. And then we have a lead vocal, and then we have 2 BGVs, and MC mic, which we're not going to touch today, and then we have 2 room mics. And this was just the limitation of the venue and the console that I was working with, which was just working with an X32 rack. So this is what we got to work with, and I'm just going to hit play and kind of show you guys what it sounds like with everything at zero. Not great. So, you hear a lot of room. You can hear a lot of the guitars and the drums, but you can't really hear the vocal. So here's what we're going to do. So first thing that I like to do is just get levels set. So we're going to come in and we're just going to get all of these levels set. So basically I'm going to bring a lot of stuff down so that the vocals can kind of come through, and then we'll work on it from there.
fire, cold on ice, a dead man's touch. Whisper on the screen, doesn't say anything, don't bring you back. Blue on black, blue on black.
Okay, cool. So now that we've kind of got some stuff leveled out, and I would take more time on this, just kind of speeding it up for the video. After you kind of get the levels set, you guys can already hear it's starting to feel like a complete mix, just by changing the level. And so there's a lesson in there. It's like sometimes you don't need a plugin; you just need to bring the level up or down, and it's that simple. Anyways, next what we're gonna do is hit all of our panning. So this is where I love this, because this will transform your mix in ways that like you don't even need to worry about sometimes adding a plugin, because it's like once you pan it, it's like, oh, it just squeezes right into the mix perfectly. So we're going to go in and pan. So we'll start with jumps. We got 4 toms, like I said. So we'll do the first 2 to the left and last 2 to the right a little bit. And then we got overheads. You guys will just see. So watch. So just give this a listen. I'll start it back here a little bit.
Yeah, chill me to the bone. You can turn everywhere. Slipped from the palm of my hand. Blue on black, tears on the river, push on a shove, it don't mean much. Joker on a jack, match on a fire, cold on ice, a dead man's touch.
So, I mean, if you guys heard that, it's very subtle right now, but it made everything just kind of go whoop. And it made a lot more room for the vocal in the center and the snare and the kick drum and everything. And so now that we've kind of got that set, this is where it's like, once you kind of get the mix sounding as good as you can hear, you can actually start on the actual, putting plugins, because like now you can come in and like what I would do is I would solo this lead vocal out, and I would throw my EQ on here.
Skin,
get rid of this low end.
Yeah, chill me to the bone.
And then I'd start putting compressors on and everything. And I would do that within the context. I wouldn't always solo the lead vocal, but the lead vocal is the most important. So whenever you are processing it, I would highly recommend that. And then a couple other things that I would do, as you can see right here that I kind of have prepared, is since these guitars are mono, I would actually turn on the BX stereo maker. And so that would actually make these guitars, stereo then, as long as it's changed to a stereo channel, which it is right here. So just to give you an example of that. So I'm going to solo this guitar. Take this off. Just straight mono, turn it back on, gives it a little bit of width, and you can control it here. You can see it's bouncing a little bit here, stereo. There, it's straight mono. And so that's why I love that little plugin. If you guys have not picked up this plugin, I think it goes on sale for like $10 sometimes. It's majestic. It sounds so good. I would make things stereo that I want to make stereo if they were recorded mono. So like acoustic, electric, and even sometimes the lead vocal, but sometimes a little bit of slap delay does everything you need. And so that's how I start a mix, because sometimes you'll start putting plugins on and you'll be like, oh gosh, this isn't working out like I thought it would. When in reality, all you need to do is pan it and turn it up a little bit, or pan it and turn it down a little bit. and then it sits in the mix super well. There are times that like I am notorious for putting samples on too early, and not actually listening to the drums. And so if you actually listen to these drums, they don't sound too bad. Like, listen to this kick. It's a great sounding kick. Once I get to EQ and compress that, and put it in saturation and everything, it's gonna sound great. Even and also the snare, which I'm messing up my hotkeys here. Great sounding snare. And so you don't want to negate those things by jumping in too early with plugins and samples and adding all this extra stuff that maybe you never needed in the first place, and you were wasting your own time. So this is how I always start with a static mix, if I'm unsure. And then I will kind of go through, and I won't even hit all these. Like if I'm working on the bass, I will not hit all these plugins on at once and then just start processing. That is not how I function. I will start with the first one, which is usually an EQ of sorts or some type of cleanup plugin that that works on live recordings and whatnot, because that's what's crucial first, is get it clean first and see what it sounds like, and then you can kind of work from there and see what does the song actually need. That should always be a question in your mind, is what does the song need? Does it need for you to totally put 7 plugins on this bass guitar, or does it just need you to turn it up 2 dB and then you're done? So that is the static mix tutorial of how I function in a static mix. Yeah, hope that helped. I know you guys have been asking for that, so happy to do that. And do not forget the mixing cheat sheet down below, absolutely free. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Let me know what videos you guys want me to do. Keep putting them down in the comments. Like I want to help you guys as much as I can. So just put it down in the comment what you guys want to see, what you guys want to learn. I'm here for you. So I'll see you next week.